You know what's funny for me? When we first launched Galadon, it was an innovative tool. It was the only tool I knew that allowed you to create your own SaaS modal and implement it on a website. Then, about a month after we launched, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, got on stage and gave a speech introducing GPTs, which cloned or used a very similar process that Galadon had been using. So now, what we are looking at is going from a very innovative SaaS that had a little bit of hype in the market, was getting these trials, etc., to now having a SaaS that looks like a Me Too product where the value isn't necessarily clear. So what do? Because I've had to deal with competition a lot in the past. Omni is the cold email tool that I was working on, and it was supposed to be omni-channel outreach. It was supposed to have all these features, but we saw the same thing with competition. When we started working on Omni, the best cold email tool on the market was Lemlist, and that was single inbox, very few advanced features, and good email warmup. So we were looking at that one as the base for Omni. But while Omni was being developed, Instantly comes along with multi-inbox. Then Smart Lead comes out with the omni-channel features. And by the time Omni is released, not only has the market completely shifted, but a bunch of other people in the space were developing similar tools. Every other cold email person with some resources was developing their own cold email tool. And now you can see there's dozens and dozens of them on the market. AI is even more competitive than cold email ever was. And so to keep up, we're going to have to make changes to Galadon. I didn't see this coming. When we launched Start Your SaaS and we raised our $26,000 from the audience in order to show you how this process was done, in terms of building, in terms of designing, in terms of growing, I thought this was going to be a layup. We build an innovative product, we launch it to the market, we hype it up based on the innovation, and then people sign up, try it, and turn into converting users. So far, we have about $1,000 in monthly recurring revenue. We've gained 60 trials, and I'm estimating based on the current trials that we'll be at 2 to maybe 2,500 in revenue by the end of the month. But you can't market based on innovation when your innovation has been usurped. Your innovation has been taken by the biggest player in the industry. Now I've come up with some new innovations that we're going to add to Galadon to change it, and that is going to allow us to move forward aggressively. So I'm focused on those. If you don't know, I also have a newborn on the way. He's in the other room. He's super cute, but I'm dealing with that at the same time. So we have a tool that was super differentiated that is now not differentiated, where the value proposition is not clear. So what do? We go step by step and we fix it. We have a tool that's not differentiated, so we have to add a differentiating feature. We will. Galadon is going to support chatbots. Galadon is going to have a better AI training platform than exists with GPT. Galadon is also going to be API agnostic, meaning Sam Altman just got fired from OpenAI, throwing everybody into chaos. Galadon's going to be able to work without needing OpenAI. We're also going to be adding more features for marketing, because I found after we launched Galadon that a lot of users are using it for the marketing features, the AI lead magnets, not necessarily for adding FAQ bots to your website. And also, FAQ chatbots are more effective than the FAQ bots. So I want the chatbot interface, and I want lead capture forms, and I want all this stuff. So I made an outline. We hired a designer. They're finishing out the new screens. Our developer is going to build them very quickly, and we're going to continue to go. Because sometimes when competition hits, you have to keep moving. You can't put your head in the sand. One big mistake I made with Omni was not being fast enough with innovation. You can see on Omni, it's supposed to be an omni-channel tool that has cold email, text, and all these other channels, but we never got around, even after 2 years, to building the other omni-channels in the tool. It still doesn't do LinkedIn outreach. It still doesn't do Twitter outreach. It still doesn't do handwritten notes or gifts. And so the fundamental promise of Omni was not fulfilled. And that's very sad. As a business owner, I take a lot of pride in the products we build. And for a company that's spending $13,000, $14,000 a month on development to not be able to hit simple milestones of a product is shocking, honestly. But I'm learning now as the CEO what needs to be done with your product, which is you need to aggressively innovate, especially if you're in a space that's moving as fast as AI or as fast as cold email was. And you need to make these changes quick. You need new ideas and you need to implement them quick, which is why over the next couple weeks, we're implementing a bunch of new changes to Galadon that I believe will take it up to the next level and differentiate it. So then we're not in a competition. I don't want people asking, and you never want people with your business asking, hey, how are you different from competitor? How is Galadon different from Chatbase? How is Galadon different from GPTs? If they're asking that, you're doing it wrong because you haven't differentiated yourself. How is Omni different than Instantly? How is Omni different than Lemlist or Smartly? We're in the wrong ballgame, because if people are asking you how you're different from XYZ competitor, then that means you haven't made the value proposition clear enough. Your product hasn't earned the right to exist in the same way that these other products have. When the Instantly guys invented multi-inbox, it revolutionized the industry in a similar way to when Lemlist put in their Lemwarm email warm-up, revolutionized the industry, and the product was able to take over because it outpaced everything else. We at Galadon have to do the exact same thing. We have to get out ahead of billionaires, not just weeks ahead, like we did with GPTs. We launched Galadon weeks before that announcement, meaning we were on the same page as the billionaires, but we need to think months, if not years ahead of them and implement what needs to be made, what they're not going to think of, what they're not going to do in order to succeed. That's why development's about to get a lot busier at Galadon, and that's also why I'm going to open up Start Your SaaS for 100 more seats starting now. So if you want to join Start Your SaaS, go on over to StartYourSaaS.com. We'll show you exactly step-by-step how we're building this SaaS and scaling into 20K MRR, including revealing all our revenue, revealing all our expenses, telling you who our developers are, showing you the exact design, showing you the cold emails we're sending, showing you the emails that we're using to convert leads to trial. Every single thing we've done so far to grow this SaaS and everything we're going to do can be yours. Go on over to StartYourSaaS.com and check all of that out. Also, as a bonus, because it is Black Friday, I'm going to give you access to Galadon for 45 days included in that Start Your SaaS subscription. If you want to be a part of this, go on over to StartYourSaaS.com, join it, and let's go on this journey together. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.